Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you about being flexible in times of change. One of the things that I mentioned in my podcast from the other day about codependency is that sometimes people who are codependent have a really hard time adjusting to change. And I feel like this probably will apply to a lot of my listeners. So any kind of new change scares you, or you're just very rigid and inflexible when it comes to change. And what the universe wants to tell you today is that change is necessary. If we did the same thing day in and day out, we would never experience new things. We would never experience breakthroughs. We would never have awesome, wonderful new things enter our lives because we wouldn't be open to that. We would just keep doing everything the same way we've always done it and expecting things to change, which is crazy. You cannot experience new things in your life if you aren't willing to make changes. And what I think is so interesting is when I look back to what my life was like before I took a spiritual boot camp class, before I decided to start changing my life. I mean, when you talk about change, I went through dramatic change. And change doesn't have to be dramatic and doing everything overnight all at once. It's just that's what I chose to do. Change can just be making one subtle change at a time, one day at a time. The message is just don't resist it. So one of the things that I started changing about myself was my morning routine. I used to wake up and just dread the day. Like I already dreaded the day. I would wake up and not even want to get out of bed because my bed was warm and comfortable. It was cold outside. I knew I was going to have a 50-minute drive to work. And then I had to deal with kids all day and just, you name it. I could think of all of the list of things to dread my day. And guess how my day went? I had it rough. I started feeling like life was a challenge, like every day was a challenge to even want to get out of bed. Because why? Because I had already predicted my day before I even opened my eyes. I already set the tone that it was going to be a horrible day. And so what do you think I called in? And I'm not saying every day was horrible, but every day was a struggle. It was a real struggle for me. It was to the point where I would have to have things to look forward to get through my week. Like, oh, if I just get through this, then next Monday is Labor Day and we'll have a 3-day weekend, and oh, if I get to this next point. So I was constantly having to set things to look forward to. And that is no way to live. And I can tell you that I do not do that anymore. I don't go through and count all of the days. I don't do that. Because they don't have to. So what changed? What changed was me. What changed was my attitude, my mindset, and my morning routine. So I didn't want to get up earlier to do a lot of extra things in the morning because obviously I had a 15-minute drive to work and I already had to get up early. But I didn't have to. What I did do was before my day even started, before I even opened my eyes, my alarm would go off. I'd hit the button and then I would do my morning gratitude. And I would list all of the things that I was grateful for and all of the things I was looking forward to in the day. I'm looking forward to seeing my kids, to teaching them this. I'm looking forward to being with my friends at work. I'm looking forward to, and the list goes on. And I would make all of the things I was looking forward to and all of the things I was grateful for before I even got out of bed. And that's going to do a couple of things for you. Number one, When you realize how much you already have in your life that you're blessed for, you truly start to feel blessed. And number two, when you start appreciating and showing gratitude for what you have, it's like you're telling the universe, I want more of the good stuff. And the other thing it does is it sets the tone for the day. You aren't dreading everything, you're looking forward to something, which is an entirely different feeling. It feels completely different to say, I can't wait to go to school. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait for this. And you may not feel it at first. Sometimes you kind of have to fake it at first. But you really will slowly start to feel that way because it's a mindset shift. You're retraining your brain that has always been taught to think negatively. It has to be retrained to think positively. So it's going to take a while because it's like training a dog, right? Training a puppy. They don't learn right away. You've got to keep doing it over and over and over and be consistent. And that's the same thing with retraining your brain and your thought process. You have to be consistent with it. So do your gratitude before you even get out of bed. And then, while you're getting ready, so maybe if you take a shower in the morning, you could do this while you're in the shower. If you are, a female and you put on makeup in the morning, you could do this while you're putting on your makeup. I always listen to some I am affirmations. They're very powerful. And you can find them on YouTube. I have some too. I think I have some I am affirmations on the podcast that you can go and find. Just search for it. And that's another way to really reinforce that you're in control. You're in charge of this day. One of the things I always say is, I am powerful, because I am. I have the ability to change my entire day in just one thought. The other is, I am love. Because if you want to find love and you want people around you to love you, you have to be love, and you have to love yourself. And there are a lot of really, really good I am affirmations that you should be telling yourself every day. They should just be thinking. And again, when you first start saying them, you may not feel anything and you may not think it's working, and you may just be like, whatever, I'm just doing this because Melissa told me to. And that's what I did at first. My my teacher told me to do this. And so I did it, and I didn't question it. I just did it. And the first time, maybe I didn't really feel anything, but after doing it quite a few times, I completely changed my attitude. And I could totally feel a difference. Like, I would walk through the day feeling like I was unstoppable. I can do anything. And we're not going to be, without our bad days or our bad thoughts. But this definitely helps to keep it in check. And you're going to have more of the days where you walk through feeling like you can accomplish anything and you are a complete and total badass than you are going to have the days that are bad. And when you have those bad days, it's about taking a deep breath, letting it go. Acknowledge your emotions. It's important to acknowledge what they are. And sometimes it's not even about what you think it's about. It might just be the healing that's going on within you. That'll happen. Just be gentle with yourself. But keep doing those morning affirmations. And on the drive to work, play music that makes you sing or listen to a podcast, like this one, to help you really energize you and make you feel inspired to go about your day, knowing that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. You really, truly can. I'm not just saying that to, lie to you and make you feel. I'm telling you all of this because this is what happened to me. This is my story. Many of you reach out to me and you say, whenever you do this topic, it's like you're talking to me directly. It's like we're just friends sitting at the table having a cup of coffee and just chatting. Well, there's a reason for that. It's because I am all of you. I've gone through the same stuff that you have. Many of us has very similar stories. So when I tell you that this is what I did, I'm not making that up. It truly helps. It truly works. Doing a meditation at night to let go of everything that you went through throughout the day also was very helpful. But these things that you're doing to change, if you're not resisting that and you're actually just going with the flow and changing, you're going to see amazing things happen in your life. When you resist the change, that's when you're going to notice the walls and everything start being put up for you. And the reason is because you're resisting what the universe has in store for you. The universe has this amazing and awesome plan for your life. And if you are resisting change, you're resisting the plan. Because you have to change. You can't continue doing the same thing that you've always done and expect that you're going to get all of these blessings coming to you. Because what have you done? Nothing. And the universe is saying, look, all we're asking you to do is to work on yourself, to do these little things. And they're really, it sounds like it's something so major. It's not. It's just these little changes that you make throughout the day. And some people choose to go really deeply into this and to, go on retreats and do meditations and yoga and really, really get into it. And that's great. That's awesome. But that's not what I'm asking you to do. You don't have to do that. You simply have to start somewhere. It's moving your foot. It's taking one small step. One of the things that you can do, again, is just by changing your morning routine, doing something different. And it's in living in the present moment. I can't tell you how many times this has come up for me for the past few weeks. My son was so overwhelmed with things in his life because he kept wondering what was going to happen in 6 months. They're at that age where they have to pick a college, they have to pick a career. And our system is so messed up. I mean, it is so much pressure. It's a wonder that more kids nowadays aren't depressed or have suicidal thoughts. I understand it completely because we put a tremendous amount of pressure on them. And in 1 year, it's like that last year, it's like, oh, you've got to do all of these things. No wonder that teenagers are grumpy and that they're not always pleasant to be around. We are forcing them to grow up almost overnight with this stuff. And we're asking them to go through a lot. And he was so worried about, well, they tell me I have to do all of this, and freaking out basically. And I told him, look, stop. Just worry about today. Look, we're going to get all of this done. But for today, you worry about you today. And ask for help. Like, you're sitting here panicked about all of this when these are things that we'll sit down and do together. You don't have to do it by yourself. Things were so much easier when I went to school. I think like a month or two before I went to school, I applied to college, got in, and that was it. Like, I think I had to take the ACT 6 months before or something. There was not this. There's not this that there is today, and it's wrong. We should not be doing this to them. Anyway, off my soapbox. But my point is, I told him, quit trying to look into the future 6 months. You're going to drive yourself crazy. You're giving yourself anxiety. You're depressed. And no wonder. Just take it one step at a time, and that's what I'm telling you. Yeah, you're sitting there and you know that things in your life have to change. And I'm telling you that you can do it one day at a time, one step at a time. It does not have to be a complete, just all at once, everything has to change. No, it doesn't. It can be slowly, one step at a time. No one's asking you to completely overhaul your life. The universe is just asking you to stop resisting the change that you know you need to make. You know when you've been called to do something to change your life. And you know when you are listening and when you're not listening. You feel the gentle tug, and you can either choose to ignore it or you choose to actually listen. And I've told you this before, and I'm not kidding. When you don't listen to the universe will get your attention. one way or the other. So you can either listen, or you can have your carpet, the rug, pulled out from underneath your feet, because that is essentially what will happen. The universe is giving you a gentle nudge and just asking you to listen, And whether it's, even if it's you feel called that you need to change your career. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. You can start small. If there's a class you have to take, if you have to change, if you have to go back to school, start small. Start looking into the class and seeing what that would entail. How much would it cost? Do they offer it where I can take it? Just start doing the research. And like I said, when I went back to school to become a teacher, I didn't go back full time because I had to work still. So I worked during the day and I took classes at night, and I slowly went back and got it, and it really didn't even take that long. So don't feel overwhelmed and like you're not just going to resist what you know you're supposed to be doing because it feels like too much. Anything can overwhelm you. Seriously, anything, if you let it. But the universe is saying, stop resisting. We're never going to ask you to do something and not support you. So if you feel like you're being called to do something and the universe is asking you, they're going to be in your corner. They're going to be helping you. They're going to be providing for you. So you never have to worry like, oh my gosh, I have to do all of these things and I'm on my own and I don't know what to do. You're never alone. You are never alone. And the steps for you may only be illuminated one at a time. And I truly believe that's because the universe doesn't want you to get overwhelmed. But you're always going to be shown the right way. And the universe gives you signs, but if you're not seeing them, maybe ask for more signs. Because sometimes it's that we're simply not paying attention and we're not listening. So you need to start looking for the signs. You know what you need to do. We all know. You can pretend like you're not feeling the nudge, but the universe is saying, look, it's time, okay? It's just time for you to make these subtle changes. Stop resisting, because we have all of these blessings waiting to give to you. But you have to be in the right alignment for them. And that means that you're not having negative, low vibrational thoughts. Remember that if you are to be in the right alignment with your blessings, that means that you are vibrating at a very high level. So your energy vibration has to be very high. And if you are having negative doubts and negative thoughts and having fear creep in, you cannot have high vibration when you allow those things. Those will cause you to go right to a low negative place. So if you want all of the blessings that the universe promises you, you've got to try to stay positive. And again, your morning routine has a lot to do with that. Setting the tone and saying, this is going to be an awesome day, no matter what happens. Because life happens to you sometimes. It just does. There are things that will happen that we cannot control. So if you feel like things are happening, that they're spinning out of control, you've got to get the reins on that. You've got to stop, take a deep breath, tell yourself that this is temporary and it's not going to affect you long term. Things are always working out perfectly for you. And then just continue with your day. Don't let it be the thing that ruins your entire day. One negative thought should not ruin your whole day. It shouldn't. Unfortunately, too many times we let it. You can be having an awesome day and someone will come up and say something stupid to you that's really hurtful or mean, because sometimes I think that there are some people who just have no clue. I think they're just sometimes are mean just for the sake of being mean sometimes, because it makes them feel better about themselves, because they don't feel good about themselves. You don't have to put anybody else down, and people who enjoy doing that, there's a problem with them. but you might let it ruin your entire day. And the universe is saying, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't let someone else's opinion of you matter. It doesn't matter. The only person's opinion that matters is your own. So don't allow anyone else to make you feel any certain way, because you're giving them your power. And the universe is saying, stop resisting any change, because change, this is how the universe teaches us. This is how we are prepared for life's truly great lessons. The universe does something that changes us. And if we resist the change, it's just going to take longer. If you go with the flow, you're going to get through it more easily. So the universe is just asking you to trust and have faith. The universe will never bring you to something that it will not bring you through. So take a breath and just think to yourself, everything is working out perfectly. Because it is. You just need to trust that. All right, guys, I wanted to pull a card for you, and the card I pulled is from the Crazy Sexy Love Notes deck, and it's Find Your Tribe. I love this, and I think this goes exactly with what we were talking about, because I will tell you that me personally, when I find myself going down that rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, this is happening, now this is going to happen, and I start doing that, I have people in my life that I can go to, that immediately when I talk to them, I feel better. They immediately tell me to stop it, like snap out of it, take a breath, this is going to be fine. Just as some of you tell me that I am not for you, I have people like that for me. So make sure that you find people who will support you emotionally and encourage you to continue doing the work that you're doing. Those people are priceless. It says your spiritual tribe is out there. And once you find your tribe, and once you find your tribe members, rejoice together, motivate each other, support each other, and stick together. Share your accomplishments, hopes, desires, and heartbreak. Praise each other and offer the kindest tough love when needed. There's strength in numbers. You're never alone. I love that. And it's true. When you find your tribe of people, you're never alone. And there's so many people I have met since going on my journey, people that I didn't even know existed before. And now I have this entire team behind me. And they are incredible. When I'm feeling bad about myself, I just go to them and all of a sudden I feel better. Like immediately I feel better. So find your people like that. And I want to thank you for being my people. And I also want to let you know that if you feel so inclined, if you listen to a podcast episode of mine and you feel like donating to the channel, I don't get paid to do this. And it's just, I wanted to put this up there because people had asked me about it. So you can donate if you wish through my Venmo account. And I have my information in the description to the podcast, so you can go and find that there. I just want to say thank you if you feel so inclined. It is not, I'm not requiring that or anything, and I'm not going to be moving to Patreon, but I just wanted to let you know that's there if you feel like donating because an episode really helps you. I appreciate that. I just want to put that out there. And also, if you want to work with me, there's so many ways you can work with me. Feel free to contact me anytime. You can book, if you go to my website, you can purchase something and then it says to email me. You click a button to book and it just takes you to my email where you can email me and we can set up an appointment that way. It wasn't working through my website, so I just took the booking down from my website, but you can still book. When you go to book, it will just have you email me, and then that way we can personally work out a time that works best for you. I have my calendar available at all times, so I know what I have available. And if you're not familiar with how it works, I do have people ask me all the time. So if you book a reading with me or a Reiki session or a past life regression or a coaching session, the way that it works is you can pay online through PayPal. You can just go to my website and there are pages. There's a Reiki page, a past life regression page, a coaching page. You can go there. You can see the pricing. You can get a little description of the service. And then you can pay through PayPal there. And then if you click book it, it will email me. So you can send me an email. I always send everyone a link to Zoom. Zoom is a free video chat app, so it works like Skype, much like Skype. We will meet through Zoom, and I do that for everything that I offer. We meet through Zoom. Before I meet with you, I always meditate and connect with your energy and ask my guides what you need to heal for your highest good. We meet beforehand, before we get started, and I tell you what I got. Whether we do Reiki, whether we do a reading, whether we do a past life regression or a coaching, I do that with every client that I have. I tailor your sessions for exactly what you need. So it's very personalized. It's not like just going to someone else for Reiki or for a coaching session, because you get so much more than that. You get personalized one-on-one attention. And also in the Reiki sessions, I take you on a guided meditation, the last 15 to 20 minutes of it, which clients tell me is their favorite part. And then I will also pull an angel message for you. So if you want to work with me, you want to book a session with me, don't hesitate. And you can always email me before paying. And if you would rather me send you an invoice through PayPal, I can do that as well. No problem there. I want to thank you guys for being with me. Don't forget to join me on my Facebook Lives every week. I do a card reading. It's usually Mondays at 5:30 Central. So be there. And I want to thank you again for listening. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.